Hi, it's Rich Tehrani here, and I'm in the TMC newsroom, which is on location at the Telex CBX 2009 event, which is taking place in Manhattan. And today on our program, we've got Jason Cohen, who is with Allied Fiber. How are you?
I'm good, Rich. Thanks for having me.
So I've spoken with Hunter before, and we've talked about the company from conception to the beginnings of what you're doing. You want to just give us a brief overview again of what you're doing?
Sure. Well, Rich, Allied Fiber is up and running. We are in the process of building our first phase of the network right now. Basically, that's going to take us from Chicago to New York and then down to Ashburn. We're going to offer 3 products in those routes. We're offering towers, co-location, and dark fiber. And the way we offer the dark fiber is typically 20-year IRUs in the long-haul fiber, and we also offer leases for short-haul fiber between the colos and out to all the towers.
Great, and contrary to what some people may think, there's actually demand for more and more fiber due to the increased amount of bandwidth being used by things like video and mobile devices. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, there's a tremendous demand for dark fiber out there today. Basically, you know, people think that there's all this fiber available, but there really isn't, especially on the long-haul routes. Nobody has built any long-haul fiber in these routes in probably about 10 years. And in addition to that, any of the fiber that's out there, if it's even available, is some pretty old fiber. And it doesn't support some of the high, bandwidth applications, the 40 gig, 100 gig type equipment. In addition to that, there are no regen facilities built along the way because the older networks were built for single carrier. We're building carrier neutral colos every 60 miles along the route, and our customers can get racks in each colo to put their own equipment in and light their own fiber from end to end.
That's very exciting. So how has the response been in the past few months since I've spoken with Hunter?
Phenomenal. We haven't even finished building the first phase yet, and we've already got customer orders coming in. We let the customers pick which type of glass they want, whether it's a long-haul type glass or a mid-range type glass. Customers are taking places for the towers that they want, and obviously how many racks they need in each of the colos along the way. That's setting the stage for launching into the second phase, which takes us from Ashburn, Virginia, south through Atlanta, down to Miami, and then we're looking at our third phase, which will go west from Chicago out to the West Coast.
Great. And in terms of the types of customers you're seeing, can you categorize them for us?
The customers we're seeing are a wide gamut, starting with all the large carriers, a lot of wireless carriers, and then enterprise customers, banks, financial institutions, government, basically anybody that's looking for high capacity fiber. They're going to build their own networks, they're going to launch their own IP services, and it runs the gamut.
So in terms of the financial industry, one of the reasons they may be interested in this sort of solution would be to have faster data transfer?
Well, basically the routes we're building are going to be the shortest distance between, for instance, New York and Chicago, which results in the lowest latency. So you put your equipment out on that network, you will undoubtedly have the lowest latency network, and that's very important to the financial traders.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, the government, I imagine, just the massive amounts of information that they shuttle back and forth, national security, video, things like that, there's just a tremendous need for more and more bandwidth.
Absolutely. The government needs more and more bandwidth, but what they also need is security and diversity from existing networks that they may be in.
And mobile carriers, of course, you mentioned towers. You anticipate most of those towers will be picked up by wireless carriers?
Well, the towers which are built along the right-of-ways that we're building our fiber optic networks on basically can be used 2 ways. One way is the wireless carriers can put their own antennas up on that tower, use our fiber for the backhaul, and then the second way that they're used is there are companies that want to use those towers to provide wireless backhaul to all the towers in the region. So that one tower actually picks up 25 to 30 regional towers, and then all the backhaul comes down and across our network.
So basically lighting up 30-mile radius, I guess, down all the way down the network or wherever those towers are, right?
Absolutely. And since we're putting our colo regen facilities every 60 miles and then small facilities at the base of each tower, you can bring your traffic down the tower onto the network and bring it to the nearest colo regen facility and mux it up for the long haul transport back to the switch.
That's great. So we're right now in June of '09. Where do you think you'll be in June of 2011?
Well, 1 year from now, we expect to have the entire Phase 1 completed and operational. In 2011, which would be 1 year after that, we should be about halfway through Phase 2 and getting ready to launch Phase 3.
That's extremely exciting. Thank you so much for being on the program, and good luck.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.